the third video. So today we'll be doing a watercolor painting. We'll be doing a dragon watercolor painting. So I already drawn out a dragon onto a piece of a watercolor paper, and now I'm just taping it down. I like to put a lot of tape down because it starts to lift after a little bit when you get all the water and stuff on there, so the tape keeps it down. So first I water down the area which I'm about to paint with the watercolors, and then I'm going in with a more grayish color because I'm going to use that as my background, and I'm just lightly getting the color in there. Okay, now I'm going in with more of a light yellow for the underscales, or like the belly scales. So now I'm going in with a bit darker of a yellow to do a bit of shading so you can tell more of a difference between one scale from another. Now I'm using that same yellow for the horns. Okay, now I'm going in again with that dark grayish color, just kind of going closer to the actual dragon itself for a bit more shading, and I'll be blending it out. So I was actually having a hard time painting one spot because since I didn't want to move the board which the watercolor paper is on, because I wanted it to just kind of stay still and it'll be easier for you guys to see what I'm doing in the frame. But since I'm right-handed, I had a hard time just kind of doing it in that one particular area right on top of the head, and at one point I tried switching to my left hand. It was not working, so I just went back to my right hand. I did an awkward angle, and also just trying not to touch the wet paper, and it kind of just got my hand in the way of the camera, and it defeated the whole purpose of trying not to move the thing so it stayed in view. So now I'm going in with a bit more of a brownish orangey color to do a little bit more shading on the horns and the underscales of the dragon, just to put a little bit more depth into it. Okay, now I'm going in with a kind of bright red, and I know it kind of seems like a little too much, but I'm going to go back in with a bit darker colors and again, blend it out and give it more depth. It actually took me a long time to figure out what color I wanted to do the body of the dragon. I was debating between green and red, and I just went with red. And I think I want to go back and revisit doing another dragon watercolor, maybe a little bit different, but definitely do it more of a earthy green, or like a muted or dirty green where it's more like olivey, if you kind of understand what I'm saying, where it has a bit more of a brown hue mixed in with it. And I think that would look pretty cool because I like green dragons. Green dragons are kind of cool. So I was having some problems with the red around the snout area of the dragon, and it was kind of bleeding in to the gray when I was painting the gray part. And it was because it wasn't dry yet, and you kind of see me just go in with the paper towel and kind of dab it up. And the only way really to fix that is just wait till it's dry and paint over it. So it's kind of whatever. Okay, time for some watercolor pencils, and I grab some reds and a little bit some browns, and later on I'll grab some like yellows and stuff. Um, but I'm pretty much just gonna go in and just kind of color some areas and take a wet brush and just use that to help blend it out. I like using these for when I'm going in for a bit more shading details, especially when I take the brown stuff, because they blend in with the red, so it's not like a blob of brown. So it's just more depth is what I'm using them for. Okay, so now I'm going in with a little bit of acrylic paint, and I'm only using in the eyes. I'm using like a yellow acrylic, and then for just the main part of the eye, and then a black acrylic for the pupil. Okay, we're pretty much done. Let's peel off that tape. Okay, so, well, I hope you liked watching this video. I sure did enjoy making watercolors. I'm currently kind of obsessed with doing watercolors. I don't think this is my best work representing watercolors. I have done better, and I will do a better one probably within the next couple weeks or so, maybe even the next couple days. So stick around and hit that like button if you like the video, and subscribe if you want to see more artsy videos. Have a wonderful day!